Hello everyone.
Hello guys, welcome to Pitching in Line. In this video, we're going to talk about IPL retentions 2022. This year it's going to be mega auctions, and it will be a huge task for all the teams because 70% of your of the team's status or their future, how they play in the games will depend upon how they perform in the auctions. So, and remember, this year we are going to have 2 new teams. Totally, there will be 10 new teams. So, we are going to explain how the retention works. So, BCCI has given 4 options. The number one is, a team can retain a maximum of 4 players.
Yes.
With a combination of 3 Indians maximum and 1 foreign and 2 foreigners maximum. If you're retaining 3 Indians, then you can only retain 1 foreigner.
Yeah.
Or you can go with the combination of retaining 2 Indians and 2 foreigners, but you cannot retain more than 2 foreigners.
Yeah.
If your chart is 4 retention policy. Then when it comes to 3 retention, again, it's the same thing. You can retain maximum up to 3 players. 3 players, it could be 3 Indians, and maximum you can retain foreigners is only 2. It's still the same.
Yeah.
When you go for 2 retentions, it's a similar thing. Again, you can retain 2 Indians and 2 foreigners. And for 1 retention, yeah, you have the sole this thing. So, and now we'll go into detail and we'll talk about the pricing of a player. Okay. Bro, do you want to start with how much a player will get paid if there's only 1 retention?
So you talk about 1 player, right? If a particular franchise retains 1 player, then 14 crores will be the amount which will be deducted from their purse. And let me tell you about 2 players. If a particular franchise wants to retain 2 of them, then 24 crores will be deducted from their purse. The breakup will be: the first player will be paid 14 crores, the second players will be paid 10 crores. And one important thing is, the purse which will be given to every franchise is 90 crores. So, bro, now tell me, what about if you retain 3 players and 4 players?
Yes, if a franchisee is retaining 3 players, then 33 crores will be deducted from the total purse.
Yeah.
So, for example, if a team like let's assume Mumbai, and they're only retaining 3 players.
Okay.
If they're retaining Rohit Sharma,
Yeah.
so he will be the first person. Like the franchisee has to decide the order.
Correct.
Player 1, player 2, and player 3.
Correct.
So player 1 will get 15 crores, player 2 will get 11 crores, and player 3 will get 7 crores.
Yeah.
So that's how it will be divided. And if the players are okay with it, I mean, if they're happy with the payment, they'll sign it. If they're not happy with the payment, they can go with they can try other methods. So we'll go for 4 retentions.
Yeah.
If it is for 4 retentions, then 42 crores will be deducted.
Okay. Yeah.
From the total purse. So which means out of 90 crores, if you're retaining 4 players, 42 crores will be done.
That's almost close to 50%.
Yeah, which is close to 50%. Yes, which means that those teams will be having only 48 crores, which will be left in the purse. And you have to remember, teams have to, with that 48 crores, they have to buy at least more 14 players. You need to have at least 18 players, and maximum of 22.
Correct.
So within 48 crores, they have to buy at least 14 players. On an average, what is it? Almost around 3.4 crores per player. True. So that is how it is going to start up. And we'll talk about the issues that will come in. I mean, strategically. Okay. First, we'll talk about Mumbai Indians. See, I think Mumbai Indians, more or less, I think we know that they're going to retain, they're going to take advantage of all 4. If they do that, like what we said, they'll be left with 48. And if you feel, if a franchisee feel that if I'm retaining this particular person, for example, let's talk about Kings, Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that KL Rahul is moving out. So assuming KL Rahul is not there, so who is the next big Indian player? It's Mayank Agarwal.
Mayank Agarwal, yeah.
So if you want to retain Mayank Agarwal in 3-player retention, then he will cost 15 crores.
15
So the
crores.
franchisee should think whether Mayank Agarwal will go for 15 crores in the auction, or not. And one more thing, what I would like to add is, if there's an uncapped Indian player, is an uncapped Indian player, that means no matter which slot you're in the player retention list, the amount will be 4 crores on. So like players like Rahul Tripathi, Rahul Tripathi, who had a really good this thing, his price will be 4 crores if they retain him, like Bishnoi or Arshadip Singh. If they get retained, they'll get only 4 crores. And even from the total purse, they'll deduct only 4 crores. They won't deduct 16 or 12 crores, something.
So that you meant to say is, like, if a particular player is uncapped, so even whatever the order he is picked in, he will be only given 4. That's how the
4 crores
rules work. All right.
Yeah, that's how the rules work. He'll be given 4 crores, and 4 crores will also be deducted from the total purse.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but players like Venkatesh Iyer and Ishan Kishan, they'll cost much more highly
because they have represented India.
Yeah, they have India caps, so that will happen. So now these are the auction retention picks, and now we'll go to draft picks. What is draft picks? Since 2 new teams are coming, to have an equal level ground in the auctions, IPL has given them the option to pick up 3 players each, where the composition is 2 Indians and 1 foreigner. So they can choose the players which are not retained by the
other
8 teams.
Other
retentions there. If they retain 4, 3, 2, whatever the combination, whoever the players that are not retained, they can be picked up in a draft. Like for example, David Warner is a prime example. He had a fallout with SRH. We know SRH is not going to retain him. So he'll be in the auctions. And David Warner is a player whom for sure teams will go after him.
Correct.
So, and he's a player who's also captaincy material.
Yes.
So these 2 new teams have an option of picking him up right away. They can talk with the player, whatever is the salary account and everything. And same thing goes with all other premium Indian players. We're talking about KL Rahul. We just spoke about KL Rahul not
being retained by Punjab.
Yeah, we are assuming he won't get retained. Then there's a very good chance that he'll get picked up in the draft itself. And there has not been a clarity whether a player can say no in the draft pick or not by the IPL governing council. Because, for example, let's assume if they're saying for KL Rahul, we'll give you 12 crores or 12 crores. And he's actually earning 11.5 crores right now with Punjab.
Yes.
If he's in the auction, he'll earn a lot because he's a keeper. He's also a captaincy material. And he's primed to be with the Indian team for the next 3-4 years.
It's a top order batsman, so everything comes with it.
Yeah, that's one. And it's very difficult to get premium Indian batsmen. And there are few rumors about Shreyas Iyer. So even if these people come out, even Surya Kumar Yadav, there's a very good chance of them actually getting picked up in draft itself. There's a very good chance. So it's not like what we spoke, right? That you can leave this player out so that we can try to buy him back at a cheaper rate.
That can't happen here.
Yeah, if the player is picked, then you have lost it. So this is where the franchisees have to use their brain. They have to be extremely smart. They have to also think about what happens in the draft. In the auction, still you might have a little control, very little control over player to come to your side. But in draft for the 8 original franchises, they don't have anything. And for the 2 new franchises, they have to be very smart. They have to pick up good players and players who are multi-utility. I feel they have to retain players. They have to pick up the players who are multi-utility. If Ishan Kishan comes in, I don't think so he'll come into the auction. He'll be in the draft. He'll be picked up in the draft. He's a left-hander, he's an opener, and he's a keeper.
And you can float him anywhere in the batting order. So
yeah, you can float him anywhere, and he was an under-19 India captain as well. He captains Jharkhand as well. So so the teams have to look into the combinations and permutations and how and they have this advantage, and also one more thing, if they actually retain it, and if they actually even though if they retain these 3 players, right, even the money also will be cut from the total purse. You know, if the draft picks, they take 3 players. I think it's the same thing. The formula goes 33 crores. There's no confirmed information, but I'm expecting it will be the same 33 crores. If they retain 3, it will go like that. In case if they go with only 2 players, which ideally is not a really good idea, because you have an opportunity to snap up a player, just take it out. So that's it. And one more thing, what you have to think also is, you could probably think like what we spoke about. For example, Manish Pandey, last auction he got 11 crores. Now his stocks are not that high. You know, he's not been in the Indian team for a very long time.
Yes,
he hasn't really performed as such. So you could probably think, come on, he's not going to go for 11 crores. But you have to understand one more thing is, this year the purse has increased by 5 crores. Which means 8 into 5, 40 crores, and add 90 plus 90 of 2 new teams. So there will be 220 crores which are extra in this auction. So whatever calculation that we have, like 11, 12, 13 is a lot. You can expect those 11, 12 crore players to go up to 15 crores as well, because the purse is increased. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys have understood the retention policy. We'll meet you in other videos. Tata, see you. Bye.
Bye.